Hello everyone, Murray the Pie Man here for more Star Trek Online. Now we're rejoining our adventures of Drakhara. Now, as always, for those who came in late, you missed the exciting conclusion to the last story arc, where in what I think I did release, I say not released yet, not released for quite some time, double-length episode, poor Drakhara was abducted by the Tal Shiar and had to go through a mind-bending experience. But for that we got a lot of intel and we were rescued and various things happened, so that helped wrap that up. So we have had two missions given to us since then. One is to go to the Beta Quadrant's neutral zone, and the other one is to go to the Nimbus system. Now, one of the things that you would see me bring up before is this, the mission journal, and that's telling you the events. There's some late ones that you might see later, but you can see there's our From the Ashes, there's our Allies one, and there's In Shadows, which was the last story arc. So we're now going on to Wasteland, of which the start of it is, you can see there, Voice of the Voiceless is going on, but basically we're off to Numbus III, the planet of galactic peace, as seen in the cinematic masterpiece called Star Trek V: The Final Frontier. Yes, the film directed by the Shatner himself, generally considered to be one of the worst. Now, this is actually a public area. So you can see we have a little station in orbit, and we'll be down, but these are all user-controlled ships, because a large tracts of this mission take place in a public area, which means you will see other players running around doing things. Possibly they won't quite assist in the missions per se, and there are single-player missions, but they can help, they can hinder. I don't mean they can attack me. I'll explain it when we're down there. So first we've got to beam to Numbus 3 and see a fairly faithful recreation of a set from Star Trek V. So yeah, whole gang's going down, but for some reason, and I feel this is particularly mean of our Drakhara, although admittedly, fortunately with her augmetic eyes, hopefully this sunlight won't be bothering her too much. Humans notoriously dislike the bright light and prefer the dark, but here is Take Me Down to the Paradise City. Girls are green and the grass is pretty. Now you see me doing that, but actually the rest of the crew are there. They just lurk outside the city while we're in there. But we got a little cinematic. And we're off to see Horace Jones, relative of Cyrano Jones. So here he is.
Greetings!
Hi.
Name's Horace Jones, interstellar trader, daring prospector, and broker of useful information. I'm betting you're here about those missing travelers, huh? Or maybe the weapons trade. Am I right? Am I right? Just to get it out of the way, I'm not on anyone's side. Federation, no. Klingon, Romulan makes no difference to me. So whatever you need, I can provide. Be it titanium polish or the latest scuttlebutt. Now, to be clear, this is all strictly, well, let's just say if this doesn't work out, then you don't know me and I don't know you.
We're just going to make a quick system tweak here, which might have to go through that again because the music's sounding awfully loud. So let's quickly drop in here. I'm going to dial that back a bit.
You want information?
Sure.
I've got it.
I will.
Just don't let people know I gave it to you.
So let's ask him some questions. What about the Thaleron? What we were sent was Thaleron Triggers. Easier for you to say.
It's kind of a big deal. Lots of people.
This chap is obviously a relative of Cyrano Jones from the episode Trouble with Tribbles.
My guess is that the Syndicate wants a piece of that action, and they're doing something to keep a finger in the pie while moving things around without letting anyone see. Plus, most of the folks here just want to stay out of trouble. If someone's doing business here, though, it's probably at the bar. But my guess is you're not going to find the Triggers in town. Oh, it's too risky to keep them here.
Overacting a bit there, Horace.
Everyone is coming and going all the time. You want information?
So what's the story with all the missing people?
A lot of folks have come through town lately, mostly following rumors of the weapons trade, but occasionally there's some crazies looking for lost treasure or something like that. Most of them wind up heading out into the desert. Almost nobody comes back. Scorpions, mantids...
All things that they couldn't afford in the Star Trek V thing. They couldn't even make a convincing rock warrior.
If they don't get you, the sun and heat will. You want information? I've got it.
Have you?
Just don't let people know I gave it to you.
You've said that quite a few times now, NPC. Have you seen or heard of Bald Romulan with a cybernetic eye? His name's Hakeem, and I'm really ticked off with him.
Nobody like that. The only cyborg I know about is 2 of 8, who owns the bar, and he's, well, he used to be a Borg.
Ooh, an XP.
You want information? Funny seeing you folks here. No one seems to bat an eye about our little planet until the Orions get their hands on something nasty.
Yeah, well, you know, Star Trek V just wasn't a good movie to make people care.
Is jumping. You want info? Sure, I'll give you info. The owner of the local bar, a reformed Borg by the name of 2 of 8, has his ear close to the ground. He can tell you more about the Tal Shiar. Just don't tell too many people I told you, alright?
Yeah, okay.
You want information?
That's our mission. We're going to go and talk to the farm. But first, let's take a wee tour. Crowd of people. Because they did, you know, I like the fact they made a lot of effort for stuff that doesn't happen. You'll notice there's people waiting outside. Basically, every so often, some Orion Syndicate folks will show up. You can get a little bonus. Here's some poor lad here. You see, it's still not the best place as we saw in Star Trek V. Not particularly salubrious place, not particularly prosperous because it was a rubbish planet no one wanted. Like I say, obviously this one has big scorpions in it, which the other one didn't. And yes, we have, again, we never saw too much of Paradise City in Star Trek V, mainly this bar with the 3-tailed cat. Sadly, no 6-boobed cat lady. I don't know if that would have affected the game's rating or what, but you do get an impression it's still down at heel. And again, there's nice wee treats, like see there's some Nausicaans harassing this lad. You come up to them and they go away, but this bloke will say, yeah, so he's giving you wee hints. There's a little area in here with more people, but again, that's just, I think there are some vendors, but oh, you see, that's the thing happening outside. In fact, let's take a look at that. If I can get there, it looked like there were quite a few people outside, which might mean this is all over before it begins. One of the downsides of being in a public area is, well, some people are more powerful than others. So yeah, there's a bunch of Orion Syndicate people. There's one. And you might notice, yeah, my posse are there. They've come in. See, they were waiting outside. But absolutely swarming with people. They just get. I maybe think they probably picked the wrong day to try and retake Paradise City, because you can see it's just. We will eventually get a kind of boss. And don't ask about all these things. Oh no, they might have been there. Don't know. But we got some dilithium for it and a little award. You can see a whole lot of people who were waiting around are now liking it, but all their followers wait outside. So there's a few of us running into the city. I have actually, again, they were trying this a lot more. They're doing a lot less of it now, sadly, but they made these social areas. And the idea was that you could come here and meet with friends. The problem being for Star Trek Online, it is a game where no one really wants to talk to each other. But now they did. This is a later addition. We have these transporters. They came up with this idea on the new Romulus area. So what you can now do is you can actually, you'll find these around and you can set them as ways to get to and from areas. Now before I actually continue with the mission, I'm going to do a dance competition. Now for this, I'm going to have to lock, and you might see this, you might have seen this on when I cover the summer event, or when I covered the summer event. It's not happened yet, planning to record a video when it does. All gets very confusing, time's weird. But you can see we've got dance emotes. So I do this, and accept the dance competition. If I do this a couple of times, I get a new dance to do. So I've got to watch. I'm ready. Just dance. There we go. Do the robot. Yep. Do the snake. There we go. And do the robot again. And there you go. So you have to do it, I think it's, he did explain it 3 or 4 times. And then there we are. You will see more, well, you will have seen those dances proper. You're impressed to think someone who was a sub-commander could move like that. You come back in tomorrow and give it another shot. And don't forget to bring your own water. See, there you go, dance teacher. Fact, you go. Oh, it's just telling. Yeah, they tell you how to type it. So there are a few other things you can do here, but let's go and talk to 2 of you. There's even Dabble. You can play Dabble. We will do that in a later mission.
You're here for information.
Yep.
Someone told you I could give it to you. Make it quick.
Where can I find Thaleron
I'll
weapons?
tell you what I told the others. The Thaleron Triggers can be found outside of town. That's where the Orions do their
They are going
trading.
with an Old West feel to this.
We don't have many rules here, but that's one we all follow. Keep trouble outside the walls. Anybody looking for trouble winds up out there eventually, one way or another.
Other people have been looking for them.
People have disappeared in the night. Other people go looking for them and don't come back.
Maybe a Romulan, bald, one eye with cybernetics.
Haven't seen anyone like that.
Well, seems like the desert's my best lead. So, let's go and find some missing people. Again, there's also Uridian who'll give you some side missions, but ignore him. So you can see on my map, I've got that big area there marked out, and already what could be a difficulty here. So I've got locate missing officers. Fortunately, I don't have to clear. Sometimes you'll get later on. You might see extra things here. You'll be kill a certain number of a type of baddie, and the problem can be when you are looking to kill that number of baddie. If it comes up and it's universal, the place gets absolutely swamped by other players doing the same thing. So you see, we've got some remains there that we've got to search. That's fine. We'll probably have to fight some scorpions at some point, but at the moment, some nice players clear them out for us. I suppose bad is that we don't get the loot and the leveling from it, but I'm not that worried about how we're leveling up at the moment anyway, so I will just quite happily make use of someone else's. If things spawn, they spawn, is my view. You might see some, yep. And again, you can. There's a button there to beam you back to Paradise City. But this has made this part of the mission very easy. I think also there is an event you can trigger with a big scorpion. Again, I'll go and rescue people. There's 2 groups, and then I've got to fend off scorpions. I've got to defeat 20 scorpions, so that's where we're maybe not being helped as much with all these people just going out and mashing everything. And again, downside, why we don't get as many of these now, because this actually becomes a problem in quite a few missions here, is people going around and effectively defeating all the baddies for us. There you go, that's 4 of the 20. But this was one of their first attempts at a communal kind of area where people could play together. I do like the fact that I'm just running past all these people and refusing to rescue them. Like, no, I'm sorry, I've rescued my 2, the rest of you, hopefully someone else will be here, at least you won't beat them with scorpions, because they're definitely keen on killing the scorpions. Leave her alone, she's my Klingon officer. Fancy TOS outfit. Scorpions didn't like her. Well, we accidentally pulled another group. It's not too big a deal. I think we can handle these guys. One scorpion to go. We'll not just get one, sadly, I think. You tend to find they don't. But I can see some there just as soon as my... If I can get one, and again this group are also after them. There. Yeah, 2 of 8 was hoping we'd be wounded or killed like the others. Well, let's go show him. Come on, I'm off. Because frankly, I'm wearing tight leather and it's roasting. So, whenever I get back to the ship, that is going to have to come off because this was not hot weather gear that I've picked. Maybe I should have changed my outfit to something looser fitting. Let's go and confront 2 of 8 over this. I'm not happy. You sent me out to fight scorpions. You sent me on a World of Warcraft quest. Kill 15 boars. Right, you. Don't send me on fetch quests.
I apologize for the deception. Obviously, it was an error.
Yes,
to
it was.
You. Do not mistake my actions to be hateful. I bear no ill will toward you. Besides, the taciturn X-Borg bit almost always works. I cannot be seen aiding you. The Orion Syndicate would kill me if they knew. However, if you have the resources to survive in the desert, then you might have a chance against the Syndicate.
Where are the Thaleron Triggers?
I can only confirm that the Thaleron Triggers are in the possession of the Orion Syndicate. I cannot say any more than that. Call it a leftover default of cowardice, or perhaps a strong sense of self-preservation. There's only one man in this town who'd be willing to help you, and that is a man who calls himself Law. He does not come out of his home nearby, but I will tell you a way to signal him. If he wants to talk to you, he will.
I'll speak to this Law. Let's go to Law's house. Yeah, you can see more of Paradise City. You can see it's marked on the map there. There you can't. But you can usually tell because look, there's another non-NPC standing next to this thing.
Who is it? Oh, you're not from around here, are you?
Yep,
Told you about the signal. Are you just here to annoy me?
pretty much.
If you know the signal, then you know I used to be a peacekeeper around here. Well, I'm not signing back up for it. Not after what the Syndicate did to me. Leave me alone.
What were the Peacekeepers?
Peacekeepers, ha! That was a novel idea. We were supposed to be the law around here. Most people took it as a joke, but I took it seriously. The Orion Syndicate didn't like that. They dragged me away in front of everyone in the town. Well, I won't go into what Hassan and his crew did to me. All you need to know is that I learned why you don't cross the Syndicate.
I'm trying to find information about Thaleron Triggers. I told you could help.
Thaleron Triggers? Why should I help you with that? The Orion Syndicate will kill me if I tell you anything. You should have tried coming here about 2 years ago. The old me would have helped you in a hurry. Still, you look like you've survived the desert, so you must be strong. Can you guarantee that I'll be safe if I help you?
When I'm done with these Syndicate renegades, no one will have to worry about safety again. Mostly because you'll probably all be dead. I'm not very good at my job.
Well, I suppose since you've got yourself a fancy starship and all,
It is quite fancy.
maybe you might just be able to make a stand against these people. I still have my doubts, especially with all that extra muscle the Syndicate has now. They're even getting help from the Tall Shard.
Oh, really?
The Syndicate is now using Nausicaan pirates and Gorn as their thugs. The Syndicate is using Nausicaan pirates and Gorn as their thugs now.
Yeah, you
They
said.
used to meet in ruins nearby
you?
to discuss details, make secret deals, and basically plan how to make our lives miserable. That all stopped when sandworms decided
Oh,
to
like
make
in
that
June.
place there. I'm sure there's still some data there. You'll be able to find information in the ruins, either in the old consoles or in the belly of a sandworm. Now get out of here before anyone sees you talking to me.
Okay, I'll go to the ruins. Yeah. Do apologise if you can hear it. I'm not sure. I'll check the sound on the way back. But if there's a loud buzzing in the background, it's been quite warm today, and I've not dusted the inside of my computer in a good few months. So it's coping about as well in the heat as I am. Let's put it that way. And I was built for more Scottish weather, which we're not getting in Scotland. So come on, have you guys materialised? There you are. We're off. What I do like is they put these kind of pillars pointing you towards locations. So again, like little markers. So we're heading towards this bit here. Again, we also have the map arrow. About the only downside is that yes, you do have to run there. So we've got quite a lot of. It looks like I'm being chased. Come on, guys, keep up. Because yes, it's not particularly interesting running. Whoop, whoop. A sandworm. So this is the old town, and basically you've got percentage, you've got scan consoles, defeat sandworms, and they're recovering Nautican information. So let's start by defeating a sandworm. Phew. A maker. Do they produce spice? The Spacers Guild will pay. Now we got. Oh, and a Hala Queen, that's good, that's one of those rare bosses. There she is. She's definitely shooting at someone. Sadly, I'm still slowed from the last one, and probably won't help that there's others around there, but let's see if we can't get some of the plaudits here. Oh, she's targeting me. That's not good, not good. Big sandworm, guys, big sandworms. We'll get the wee ones later. Again, we dilithium bonus and a kind of merit badge, an achievement. But you can see we're actually already up to 43%. And again, what as well, scan old consoles is the other thing we can do. So if you look around here, yep, up here. I do like this map. Again, for all it's another fetch quest, effectively. Now, what I also have to try and do is find the transporter thingy. Now that, yeah, we seem to have got more defeating sandworms, defeating the sandworm queen than anything else. I'm trying to find the transporter thing because again we will log into that, but you can see 50. I think it's because they give us a couple of percent for everything. My crew were being efficient that day. Yeah, there's another group of people, you just saw them running past there. Ah, there's the transporter. So again, what this allows us to do, you see that's now lit up, so if we want to come back here, I don't have to do that running again. I think actually some of my crew are just helping out, so let's try to, I usually try to keep away from the other players in this. It's not just my general dislike of people, it's just to try and let us all do our own thing. Again, when something like the big queen worm comes in, different story, but it means that we're not stepping each other's toes too much up. It's actually quite a decent item. And again, some of these consoles are a bit hard to find. There is one up in this upper level. You kind of got to climb up the dune. So yeah, what do I get for a console? It's 75% at the moment, and I'm now at 80, so about 5% for a console and a couple of percent for each worm. So, top off this mission quickly, and then I can just hit the beam back button, I think. most important thing with these is that slow sort of thing they do. If you can avoid that, it makes your life a lot easier. That's why you'll find I'm keeping. Sometimes I do have a habit of just standing still and firing. In this situation, I do try to keep moving because it's a slow moving projectile, so it can be easily avoided. Yep, we can go back to the bar now. Let's make sure everyone's here. Wait for my alert status to clear, and hopefully it clears before they respawn. You have to wait. Again, that was so people had a habit of pressing the button by accident, so they did this thing of it gives you a little, so that you're not halfway through a mission that you've run all the way out to, particularly before they had those transporters, and you suddenly hit the return to base button by accident. It's frustrating. So, let's go to this controller. So the access code is a key that includes a mathematical clock. You set the first 2 digits to add up to the third. So that's quite easy. And the second and third digit to add up to the fourth. So first 2 digits add up to the third. So and second and third will add up to the fourth. So basically the first one should be 10, and the third number should be 15 if my maths is right. Yep. The blind man sees all. That was worth fighting a whole ton of worms and going out in the desert getting sand in my boots for, but okay. Oh! Well, you're alive. Look, how was I supposed to know we were different from the others? I swear I'll tell you everything I need to know, like why someone didn't bother to voice this bit. After all, you might just have the power to stick it to those guys in the Orion Syndicate. And the thing about the blind man, well, you're just going to have to find some way of helping out more. You just don't leave now, alright? People have started to notice me helping you, and I don't want to think of what will happen if you leave. By the way, there was someone here looking for you. They said you were sent here in a previous mission, and now they're looking to join up with your crew. Oh, that's because you got a duty officer.
I've got it. Just don't let people know. This blind man.
Oh, your voice now, are you?
Mole for the Orion Syndicate, the guys who have those triggers you're looking for. Now, I don't know who that guy is, but someone in this town must know. The only way you're going to convince folks to help find this guy is if you show that you're not only strong enough to fight the Syndicate, but that you've got the gumption to defend us from them. Showing some muscle around here would be a great first step. Well, you do that, and I bet someone will step forward to tell you who this mole is and where you can find your triggers.
Oh, why not? Let's do that.
You want information?
So, might try locking with 2 and 8, given his good side, he could prove an ally, so we're getting a bit of help here. Like I say, I'd normally not, but I think, yeah, do this mission as well.
You're looking to help us? Interesting. It makes me wonder what your motives are, but I will not question them. Many people come here looking for something. I'm sure you have replicators on your ship. We have to make do with whatever food and water the Orion Syndicate agrees to sell us, and pay whatever price they charge. They have a stronghold somewhere outside Paradise. I don't go there. Most of us don't wander outside these walls.
Okay.
A replicator for the bar would go a long way towards trust, if that is what you're looking for. Other than that, people always respect a show of authority.
So, this is a thing that they did. I've got to... Now, what I actually have to do, because I had duty officer assignments running, is I actually have to... okay. Again, you might as well see that you do when you do this. You get free officers, but it's worth looking to see what you need. Energy, weapons, security, projectiles are all pretty common types of officer. I won't bother with that. Con officer, I've got a green quality. Diplomat again, common. Assault squad, maybe the assault squad officer. I don't have one, so yeah, let's go for that. There we go. So yeah, just this is as you hit levels in these. Since this is a wee short mission, you can actually see this is a. You can see why it's worth quite boring setting up duty officers, but good for getting yourself up levels. So I can.
You're looking to help a rep.
So yeah, so I just Select that. Oh, I just automatically sign in. Oh, also that maybe came in late again. Sometimes those commendations seem looks good. No. Sometimes that happens. It might mean I have to spend that one later, but that's okay. You don't want to send me do it too. Make a show of force to the crowd. So that's our next step. We've got someone installing a replicator. What we do here is we go around all these crowds of people you saw hanging around, and we basically call down people to stand next to them for a bit, because yeah, sure. Look, you see, I can bring more people to just stand around uselessly. Where else we put a group of people to stand around uselessly? Ah, here. Just leave you alone. No, I'm going to make some people stand next to you, because that'll make you feel safe, right? Go to the bar to gain more support. Okay, but I'm not doing a sing-song. Stop harassing people. Well, I'm doing a big show of strength here. See, look at the show of strength. Like 3 groups of people I could beam down. What do you think of that? Huh? Huh? Oh, boost morale. Hey, you. Yeah, mind your own business. Have you thought of how cool I am? Yeah, you see? Yeah. It could be fun seeing me take on Hassan. Hopefully all the people out there in YouTube land think of it as well. Hey, you at the bar. You. Do you want to see me fight Hassan? Eh? Oh, like you take on. Well, yeah, sure. Well, do you want to take him on then? What about you? Yeah? How are you feeling? Yeah, the Ryans, you're damn right they won't know what hit them. Probably through confusion, but still. What about you? You lady with a ponytail playing Dabo. Oh, no, sorry, it was a friend I was talking to. Yeah, they won't. How about we buy our friends a new round, okay?
We may not like you, but we'll still take your money.
Thank you.
What do you want?
I want to buy a round for the bar.
Hey, bartender. Have you seen any other Romulans around? Maybe a woman with dark hair, a broad face, penetrating dark eyes? Her name's Rena.
Sorry, pal. Only what you see around the bar.
Worth it to go.
So, what'll it be?
Bartender, a round for the bar.
A round for the whole bar? Well, that's a mighty fine gesture.
Your booze is pretty cheap, mate. Tell your patrons I'll be standing up to the syndicate. The law wishes to speak to us about the blind man. You see? Round for the bar, a few people beamed down. Saying some encouraging words to people. Get you along the way. I mean, obviously I've beamed more people back now, I'm not leaving them in this hole. Good grief, I'll beam them down if you need them. Maybe. Probably not, I mean, like, you know, if I'm, say, storming a stronghold, I might just take the same, like, 5 people with me.
Folks around town are starting to talk about you.
Yes, they are.
They think you're really here to turn things around. To help fight the
Shifty
Orion
Gorn.
Syndicate. You're looking for the blind man? The informant for the Syndicate? You found him. I've been giving Hassan information for years. Ever since that night in the desert.
Alright.
Now, I don't expect you to like me very much or
That's
even
good.
trust me.
Nope.
But I can still give you the information.
I don't know, I don't like you or trust you.
I know how to get to Hassan's stronghold. That's the only place the triggers could be, if he hasn't sold them yet.
Why didn't you tell me this earlier?
I didn't know if you were actually going to help. Sure, you were strong enough to survive in the desert, but strength doesn't mean you're willing to get involved. What if you just simply bought the triggers from the Orions? Then you'd leave, and I'd be dead.
I don't see any downsides here at the moment.
I didn't know if you could be trusted to have our best interests at heart.
Why did you betray your people for the Ryan Syndicate?
It was the only way to survive. There was a time where I wanted to bring law to this place. I fled here.
I do actually
after
like
the
this
destruction
character.
of Romulus.
Got a very Old West
Saw
feel
what
to
I
it.
considered lesser species trying to govern themselves. I took it upon myself to be a peacekeeper, but in my time of need,
And a very
the
high
Orion
noon feel
Syndicate
to this
came
story.
For me, No one tried to help me. No one. I was dragged through the streets of this town, and all they did was watch. That was when I gave up hope of anyone standing up to the Orion Syndicate. Until now.
I see. Tell me about the stronghold.
Hassan is in the downed ship in the mountains to the east, but his stronghold is extremely well guarded. Pirates hired by the Orions guard the mountain pass, while the Nausicans keep guard over a prison area. Please, if you are going up there, rescue the prisoners. They are poor souls from this town who the Orions decided to take, either for the slave trade or just for the pleasure of torture. You'll have to fight your way up through the mountains, but you will eventually reach their stronghold and the Triggers. Good luck. I'd say people in this town are rooting for you, just not very loudly.
It's time to deal with the Syndicate. Permanently. But, not time now. You've had 2 missions out of me. Admittedly, one's quite short, but still. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this revisit to the virtual set of Star Trek V. As you can see here, in this very spot, William Shatner wore a jumper in the desert. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you do. I've got a whole back catalogue of these. I don't know how you jumped in here, but hey, maybe you like Star Trek V. Maybe the talk of seeing Numbus III rendered in more than 10 year ago computer graphics was enough of an enticement. I will be back to do more Star Trek Online. I'm going to keep promising and not delivering on doing other things, but yeah, that's me for you. But once again, thank you for watching. If you want to talk to me, I've said thank you for watching twice. I'm going over myself. If you want to talk to me, I'm on Twitter at Pyman70, capital P, capital M, and the number 70, or you can just use the comments. Once again, final thank you for watching, I promise. And I'll see you next time, but until then, bye for now.